Welcome to this video on the surprising truth about the world's first billionaire. While many people today may not have heard of him, Mansa Musa was a legendary figure in his time, ruling over the Mali Empire in West Africa during the 14th century. But his impact was not limited to his vast wealth and power. He was a visionary leader who invested in education, trade, culture, and infrastructure, building a great civilization that was the envy of the world. Join us as we explore the untold story of Mansa Musa and discover the surprising truth about the world's first billionaire. Once upon a time in the 14th century, there lived a king who was the richest man in history. His name was Mansa Musa, and he was the ruler of the Mali Empire in West Africa. Mansa Musa was known throughout the world for his wealth and his generosity. Mansa Musa's wealth was legendary. He controlled the world's largest supply of gold, which he obtained from the mines in his empire. Mansa Musa's wealth was so vast that he was able to build magnificent mosques, palaces, and universities throughout his kingdom. He was also known for his generosity, giving away vast amounts of gold and other treasures to the poor and to travelers passing through his kingdom. One day, Mansa Musa decided to go on a pilgrimage to Mecca, which was a religious duty for all Muslims. He wanted to show the world the power and wealth of his empire, and he wanted to share his riches with the people he met along the way. Mansa Musa's journey to Mecca was one of the most extraordinary journeys in history. He traveled with an entourage of thousands, including soldiers, musicians, and slaves. He brought with him an enormous amount of gold and other treasures, which he distributed to the poor along the way. Mansa Musa's generosity and wealth made a lasting impression on the people he met. He became a legend in his own time, and his journey to Mecca was remembered for centuries to come. Mansa Musa's legacy continues to inspire people today, reminding us of the power of generosity and the importance of sharing our blessings with others. Mansa Musa's life was a story of wealth, power, and generosity that was so extraordinary that it has been largely forgotten by history. He was the ruler of the Mali Empire, one of the largest and wealthiest empires in Africa, and he was the first person in history to amass a fortune worth over $1 billion. Mansa Musa's wealth was derived from the vast gold mines that his empire controlled. The gold was so plentiful that it became the currency of the kingdom and was used for everything from building mosques to paying soldiers. Mansa Musa's wealth was so great that he was able to build magnificent cities and universities throughout his kingdom, and his generosity was legendary. Despite his great wealth, Mansa Musa was a humble and pious man. He was a devout Muslim and believed that it was his duty to help the poor and those in need. He gave away vast amounts of gold and other treasures to the poor, and he financed the construction of mosques and schools throughout his kingdom. Mansa Musa's journey to Mecca in 1324 was one of the most remarkable journeys in history. He traveled with an entourage of thousands, including soldiers, musicians, and slaves, and he brought with him an enormous amount of gold and other treasures. He distributed his wealth to the poor along the way, and he left a lasting impression on the people he met. Despite his wealth and power, Mansa Musa was not immune to tragedy. His empire was beset by civil war, and his successor was unable to maintain the unity and prosperity that Mansa Musa had built. The Mali Empire declined in the centuries that followed, and Mansa Musa's legacy was largely forgotten. Today, Mansa Musa is remembered as one of the greatest rulers in African history. His wealth and generosity continue to inspire people around the world, reminding us of the power of compassion, charity, and the human spirit. Mansa Musa's story begins with his humble origins as the grandson of Sandiata Keita, the founder of the Mali Empire. When Mansa Musa inherited the throne from his predecessor, he was faced with the daunting task of ruling one of the largest and most powerful empires in Africa. Mansa Musa was not content to simply maintain the status quo. He had a vision for his kingdom and worked tirelessly to make it a reality. He expanded the borders of the Mali Empire, bringing more people under his rule and increasing the wealth and power of his kingdom. Mansa Musa's greatest asset was the vast gold mines that his empire controlled. He used the gold to finance his military campaigns, build magnificent cities and mosques, and fund the education of his people. Mansa Musa's wealth was so great that he was able to finance the construction of the famous Djinguereber Mosque in Timbuktu, which remains one of the most impressive buildings in Africa. Despite his wealth and power, Mansa Musa remained humble and devoted to his faith. He was a devout Muslim and made the pilgrimage to Mecca in 1324, an event that would later become one of the most famous journeys in history. Mansa Musa's journey to Mecca was a display of his wealth and generosity. He traveled with an entourage of thousands and brought with him an enormous amount of gold and other treasures, which he distributed to the poor along the way. Mansa Musa's journey was a testament to his faith and his commitment to helping others. In the years that followed, Mansa Musa continued to build and expand his kingdom. He was a patron of the arts and sciences and encouraged education and intellectual pursuits. His legacy as a great ruler and a champion of education and culture remains strong to this day. Mansa Musa's story is a reminder of the power of determination and hard work. From his humble beginnings, he rose to become one of the wealthiest and most powerful rulers in history. His journey to Mecca and his generosity continue to inspire people around the world, reminding us of the importance of humility, compassion, and the pursuit of knowledge. Mansa Musa's Hajj pilgrimage in 1324 was a defining moment in his life and in the history of Africa. His journey to Mecca was not only a display of his wealth and power, but also a testament to his faith and his commitment to helping others. Mansa Musa's journey to Mecca was unprecedented in its scale and extravagance. He traveled with an entourage of thousands, including soldiers, musicians, and slaves, and brought with him an enormous amount of gold and other treasures. He distributed his wealth to the poor along the way, building mosques and other charitable institutions, and leaving a lasting impression on the people he met. Mansa Musa's Hajj pilgrimage had a profound impact on the Islamic world. It helped to establish the Mali Empire as a major player in the Islamic world and brought the attention of the Muslim world to West Africa. Mansa Musa's generosity and devotion to his faith inspired many Muslims around the world and helped to promote Islam as a religion of compassion and charity. Mansa Musa's Hajj pilgrimage also had a significant impact on the economy of the religions he passed through. The amount of gold he distributed along the way caused inflation and disrupted the economies of many regions, including Cairo, Medina, and Mecca. The impact of Mansa Musa's journey was felt for years to come and helped to reshape the economic and social landscape of West Africa. Mansa Musa's legacy as a great ruler and a champion of education and culture also had a lasting impact. The universities and mosques he founded and funded helped to promote education and intellectual pursuits throughout the Mali Empire and beyond. The Jean Guerber Mosque in Timbuktu, which was financed by Mansa Musa, remains one of the most impressive buildings in Africa and a testament to the wealth and culture of the Mali Empire. Mansa Musa's Hajj pilgrimage was a defining moment in his life and in the history of Africa. His journey to Mecca and his generosity continue to inspire people around the world, reminding us of the importance of faith, charity, and the pursuit of knowledge. His legacy as a great ruler and a champion of education and culture remains strong to this day and serves as a reminder of the power of determination and hard work. Mansa Musa's wealth was legendary and has captured the imagination of people for centuries. But how did he amass such a vast fortune, and what was the scale of his wealth? The primary source of Mansa Musa's wealth was the vast gold mines that his empire controlled. The Mali Empire was one of the largest producers of gold in the world, and Mansa Musa's control over these mines gave him access to enormous amounts of gold. He used this gold to finance his military campaigns, build magnificent cities and mosques, and fund the education of his people. In addition to gold, Mansa Musa's empire also controlled other valuable resources such as salt and ivory. The control of these resources gave the Mali Empire a significant economic advantage, allowing them to trade with other regions and amass even greater wealth. Mansa Musa was also a skilled trader and businessman. He used his wealth to finance trade expeditions and establish trade routes with other regions. This helped to further expand the wealth and power of the Mali Empire, allowing it to become a major player in the global economy. But just how wealthy was Mansa Musa? While it is difficult to determine an exact figure, some estimates suggest that his wealth was beyond imagination. In fact, some historians consider him to be the richest person in history, with a fortune that was worth hundreds of billions of dollars in today's terms. Mansa Musa's wealth was not just a measure of his personal success, but also a reflection of the wealth and power of his empire. The Mali Empire was a major player in the global economy and had significant political and cultural influence in the Islamic world. Mansa Musa's wealth and power helped to solidify this influence and establish the Mali Empire as one of the great civilizations of the world. Uncovering the secrets of Mansa Musa's wealth helps us to understand the sources and scale of his success. His control of valuable resources, his skill as a trader and businessman, and his vision and determination all played a role in his success. Mansa Musa's legacy continues to inspire people around the world, reminding us of the importance of hard work, determination, and a commitment to education and culture. Mansa Musa's legacy extends far beyond his vast wealth and the empire he ruled. He left a lasting impact on Africa and the world that is still felt today. Here are some of the lessons we can learn from his life and legacy. Mansa Musa was a strong believer in education and invested heavily in it. He founded universities, built schools, and brought in scholars from around the world to teach in his empire. Education was seen as a pathway to success, and Mansa Musa's investment in it helped to build a skilled and educated workforce that was essential to the success of his empire. Today, education remains a critical tool for development, and Mansa Musa's commitment to education serves as a powerful reminder of its importance. Mansa Musa was a skilled trader and businessman who used his wealth to finance trade expeditions and establish trade routes with other regions. This helped to expand the wealth and power of the Mali Empire and establish it as a major player in the global economy. Today, trade remains a critical driver of economic growth, and Mansa Musa's success in this area serves as an inspiration to entrepreneurs and business people around the world. Mansa Musa was a devout Muslim who made a Hajj pilgrimage to Mecca in 1324. During his journey, he met with scholars and religious leaders from around the Islamic world and exchanged knowledge and ideas with them. This cultural exchange helps to enrich the Mali Empire's culture and intellectual life, and it serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of cultural exchange and dialogue today. Mansa Musa was a visionary leader who used his wealth and power to build a great civilization. He invested in infrastructure, education, and culture, and his empire was known for its prosperity, stability, and innovation. Today, his leadership serves as a model for others to aspire to lead and make a positive impact in their communities and in the world. In conclusion, Mansa Musa was not just a wealthy king, but a visionary leader whose impact extended far beyond his empire and his time. His story is a powerful reminder of the potential we all have to make a positive impact in the world and to the importance of investing in our communities, our people, and our future. Let us learn from Mansa Musa's example and work together to build a better world for ourselves and for generations to come. Thank you for watching this video on the fascinating story of Mansa Musa, the world's first billionaire and ruler of the Mali Empire. We hope you found this journey through forgotten history both informative and inspiring. Mansa Musa's legacy is a testament to the power of vision, determination, and leadership, and his impact continues to be felt today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more informative content like this. Thank you for joining us on this journey throughout history, and we'll see you in the next video.